Hey y'all, this is, I was thinking about this when I made the last video. Right there, there we go. What if the homes that are burnt, further burnt, just turned into ash, are just the homes that were burnt in 2018 whenever Gavin Newsom became the governor? As you might remember, a couple of years ago, about the same time after he got elected, they were touring the area there, and with President Trump, Jerry Brown, the current governor, and also Gavin Newsom, governor-elect. Jerry Brown's been governor a couple times, back in the 70s and 80s, and a few times. But anyway, I thought it was kind of weird because I was watching the news and they were like Governor Brown and Governor-elect Newsom. I'm like, oh, what? I thought Newsom was the governor now, but I looked and it turned out it was a year back. But at the same situation, the same thing, there were a lot of homes that were burnt to the ground or something like that, and there were some things that remained. What if those were the homes? Some of them were, that were further burnt and some things taken off the property from the ash, and just most of the ash left there, and there are harder structures left there as well, the foundation, the chimneys and things like that. But most of the rubble and the trash, the burnt stuff, was taken off of the property, and the trees had time to grow back to being green. What if that was the situation? But the news out there, the news media, they go out there and they start looking, look at all this devastation, look at all these homes that were burnt to the ground. They go to these places that were burnt before. It just seems like the fire came out of nowhere and just burned up houses and cars and boats and everything else. And, but they didn't worry about the trees. They didn't burn the trees down. What if that happened? What if they're doing that? What if the media, the fake news media, are out here showing all these places that likely burned down, but yet they burnt down a couple of years ago almost? What about that? That's a thought. Because if they really burnt down recently, you'd see where the trees were messed up and things like that, and this, that, and the other. But no. It just looks like everything's green, and everything in the middle in the neighborhoods there is burnt down, and some houses are still standing. What about the other? Yeah, what about those houses? Why didn't they get burnt down? I can understand they probably left the ones that were burning down to further burn down, and then after they were done, some of them come and got the junk and the rubble and the tin, the buildings, and whatever else was underneath there. The hard stuff that couldn't burn, they got it out of the way, and they just left the ash there and the foundation. What about that? That's an idea. That's a thought. And then they go around there filming, oh, look at all the wanton destruction here, but none of the trees were burnt. Look at all this. Just turned to ash. Even the tin on the roof. Baloney. Looks like baloney, smells like baloney. It's conspiracy baloney. It's not so much a conspiracy as what the fake news is doing. That's what all boils down to.